Hey, we're back. We're with Larry Harrison and attorney Anthony Barney. And you know, there was a really cute little story yesterday where Obama flew to Ohio and he found this tragic case. It was just like a tearjerker. It was just awful. This poor woman had to figure out whether she wanted her house or her health, and she just couldn't make up her mind which one it was, and it was terrible. And then they found out that the hospital already had her qualified for Medicaid, and they have a special fund there where they take care of charitable people. Oops! This guy is amazing. He flew clear to Ohio to lay that one in your ear, and well, there you go. But let's talk about Mark Levin, because Mark Levin worked for the Reagan administration in the Justice Department. He's a constitutional lawyer, and he said if they shove this bill through with whatever sleight of hand they're doing, he's going to sue them. And, well, you're the attorney. Tell us about the article that he's going to be suing under.
Well, Mark Levin is referring to the idea that the bill can be presented in acquiescence or other, that it can immediately go to law without them having voted on it. The concern I have with that is that for weeks we've been talking about the procedure of reconciliation. Reconciliation being the method in which two bills can be reconciled, and that based upon a simple majority, you have a situation that a 51 or a greater than 50% majority can approve the different provisions that relate to budgetary measures. My concern with this new proposal appears to be a way that members don't have to be accountable to the constituencies by saying, well, I didn't vote against it or for it.
How do you take 1/6 of the economy and have a bill and not be man enough to stand up and vote and put your name where it is? Do we have any men left in this country? Hello, you weasels.
Well, the thing that we need to look at is that Article 1, Section 7 of the Constitution indicates that we must have an open vote of yes or no on this bill. And I think that that's where Mark Levin is looking at this bill and saying, if you try to do this, it's going to be unconstitutional by the very context of the Constitution itself.
Do you think he's got a leg to stand on that one?
I do.
Cool. I'm with you, Mark. Hang in there. What do you think about that?
Well, you know, if people are breaking the law, they have to be held accountable. You know, even when we vote for our elected officials, we're voting for the person that we think is going to best represent us. And right now, these too many people that are back there are seems to be self-serving, or serving to their party, but not necessarily their constituents. They're not. I know that I'm not being represented fairly. I am not getting what I voted for.
Well, I'll tell you. I think to be kind to them is to say that they're just back there not attending to our interests. In reality, they are just giving it to us. We are just getting it handed to us, and they are stealing big parts of our freedom. They are taking away from what we know as America, and they're transforming it, fundamentally transforming this country. When that guy said, do you remember when he said that? He said he was going to fundamentally transform this country.
Right.
I about passed out. He had just said what a great country it was. How do you then go transform a country that's really good? Can you fix a couple things? Sure. But, I mean, what in the heck is he talking about? Well, I hope Mark Levin does this.
Well, and
Coming up on a break. And what? Go ahead, finish.
I think Obama campaigned on the platform that he would then lay out, and he's laid out what he campaigned on. As we look at that, we need to realize that as an electorate, we voted as a majority to elect President Obama. Now, maybe you didn't vote for him, or I didn't vote for him.
You think?
Or others didn't vote for him, but the fact is the electorate did vote for him, and he laid out quite succinctly what he planned to do when he assumed his office, and he has gone about doing that.
Well, unfortunately, we're coming up on a break, so we're going to take our break now, and we'll be back because we've got some other interesting things to talk about. I promise you're going to love it. We'll be right back.